Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raven Maureen, and today I'm going to be sharing with you everything that I've made this year so far and a little bit about what's coming up next. So let's go ahead and dive in. So at the top of the year, I have to give honorable mention, even though I made this pattern like last year. Technically, I did not share it until this year, and that is my army green bomber jacket. This is a sew along that I did for McCall's, and it is also on this channel as well as the Simplicity Pattern channel. And I just love this jacket. This was a cotton sateen that I had in my stash. I did not know what I was going to do with it. The original thought I had behind doing the bomber jacket, I was going to use like a dark wool fabric that I had. And then I was like, you know what? We just need to simplify everything. Sewing wool on a sew along just does not sound like that's going to be easy or anything like that. So I opted for this sateen, and it surprised me how beautiful it was, especially with the black cuffs and the black collar, the folded collar and whatnot. And then I did like these cute little black buttons, and then I also had a black zipper to put on the front. So, and I love the lining of this as well. It's this really pretty like dark floral blossomy fabric, and it's a poplin. So I really love this jacket. I have not had the chance to wear this jacket yet, but I am looking forward to the day that I do, because I think it's a great staple. And I mean, bomber jackets, they come and go in waves in fashion, right? But I also feel like in a very weird way, bomber jackets are also very timeless. And so I just can't wait to bring this out for the fall. So what I truly made at the top of the year are these leopard pants, and they've got this really green piping on the sides, really cool green piping on the sides, excuse me. And this was with, I'm looking at my notes, Know Me Pattern 2110 by my girl Brittany J. Jones. And I had made this pattern before, and I did it in a camo, and I had talked about a lot actually on this channel about doing a leopard pair of pants. I finally bit the bullet. I don't know why I was so scared to do that, but I finally did it, and I added this piping on the side. I honestly, the piping was something that I just thought would really pop up against the leopard. And I thought about doing red, but then I was like, red might be like too easy. I feel like lime green is actually like an element of surprise, because you wouldn't think that lime green and leopard go together, but somehow they do. Also, by the way, leopard is a neutral in my book, okay? But I love this pants pattern. If you're looking for something that's like a palette cleanser, this is that pattern for you, or for me. I knew that when I did this pattern that I had Gunny Sachs coming after it, and I had just did the sew along from McCall's. And so this was like a really great project to wedge between. I did not have to do a lot of thinking for it. Like I said, I had already made the pants before. So I'm in love with these pants. I love them to death. And I think I did wear them to like dinner and like a grocery run with my husband. But other than that, I have not really worn these, but they're made from like a cotton quilting fabric. And so honestly, like this is something that I could wear into the spring. Might be too hot for the summers down here for me, but I could do it in the fall and possibly in the winter as well. So again, another timeless piece that I made for myself. After that, I made the Gunny Sachs dress. This is Simplicity Pattern 3213. I have an entire video on my thoughts about it. I did a pattern review. I talk about the history and just how I put this look together. But this pattern I worked on, it was during like a snowstorm. We had like well, I say snow, it was really like an ice storm. So we had like an ice storm. I was in the middle of making this dress, and I had to take the dress with my sewing machine to our hotel because we were expecting to lose power. We were expecting the worst, and thankfully we didn't lose power. We didn't have pipes freeze, none of that. But this project specifically will remain in my mind as like the ice storm dress in a lot of ways, because I sewed on it in my sewing room, and then I sewed on it in our hotel room. And I remember I brought my shears with me because let's be honest, I was not gonna bring my serger, and I honestly did not have the complete forethought to serge all of my edges before we left, especially because I was trying to pack up, make sure the animals were safe and everything like that. So this the insides of the dress are mostly my pinking shears. That's how I finished those edges, and that's okay, honestly, because I think it's kind of poetic that this vintage pattern is not like so perfect, if that makes sense. Like, I was thinking back to like when people probably made Gunny Sachs dresses, and I'm like, I bet they didn't have a serger. They may or may not have had one, and I'm like, honestly, pinking shears is right. It's appropriate for this dress. And so in normal circumstances, I probably would have like been like crying and melting down in the corner about the pinking shear edges, but this time I didn't care. I was safe, I was warm, I had working pipes, I had a dress to work on. I was fine. But I love this dress, and I want to make more. I've expressed that in the same pattern review video. So if you get a moment, definitely check out the pattern review video if you want to know my thoughts about this, if you just want to deep dive into Gunny Sachs and just how I brought everything together as far as the design and the fabric that I chose. Okay, so the next two patterns I did, so let me go back to the beginning. In one of my first videos of the year, I saw a comment and I had to laugh because I was like, gosh, this person doesn't really know like my entire sewing history. But the comment was something like, you never sew with indie patterns. I wish you would do that. I really had to like chuckle at that because I used to sew with indie patterns a lot, like a lot. All of my indie patterns were on this jump drive that I could not find. I promise you, y'all, I could not find this jump drive to save my life. And I had some indie patterns like saved on my computer, or like half the files were on my computer and like the other half was like through emails. But the ones that I truly wanted to sew, I could not find on this jump drive until a few weeks ago. So I found this jump drive, and it had the Nikko top on there. Y'all, when I tell you that I could not find my Nikko top files for like a good 2 years. And so, you know, I didn't want to like rebuy the pattern or anything because I knew I had it somewhere. But, and unfortunately, I didn't keep up with my login for True Bias. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just so many logins these days. But anyway, so I found my Nikko top pattern. I had my husband print it out for me, and I made it out of this really cool lace fabric. It's kind of like a stretchy lace fabric. I bought it on a trip to New York maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I had 2 yards of it. I had gone over 2 or 3 times what I wanted to do with this fabric. Nothing ever really fell into place, and then I was like, you know what? This is actually a very cool fabric to make like a nice tight turtleneck out of. It came together really nicely. I actually wore it for Valentine's Day dinner this year when we were in Hattiesburg, and it was great. And I didn't put on an undershirt underneath it, not for our dinner, not for the video, and you can't really tell, which is kind of why I like this fabric. Like, it's dark enough, it's just see-through enough to maybe just see some shadows or whatever, but it's not like inappropriate. So I love this top. I definitely plan on wearing it a few more times, not just for Valentine's Day. Plus, I feel like this was like a unique Valentine's Day look, just because it's not truly pink or red. It's like green, and then you've got like these pink flowers on it, but it's still very feminine. It's still very girly, and that's kind of what drew me to it. So for those of you asking about those indie patterns, there was one of them that I did right there. The second project I did was some satin PJs for Valentine's Day, and I pulled out another pattern that I knew I had, but it was on this jump drive. The Ogden cami, also by True Bias, and the shorts were Know Me Pattern 2123 by Holly Dolly Darling. And so her pattern, I really love the shorts. I thought they were so cute with the ruffles and like that that, what is it called, that paper bag top part with the elastic and stuff. I thought those were so darling. And then I was like, well, I kind of want to do like a little satiny camisole with it. The Ogden cami, I remember I had just found that jump drive, so I said, you know what, we're gonna do the Ogden cami. So I did both of those, and this came together like over a couple of nights. I was kind of dragging my feet with it because I think in my mind I knew that it wouldn't take me that long. So I kid you not, I finished this the morning we were leaving for Hattiesburg, and I sewed it up. I, finished the seams, did the hems and everything like that, and it came out so pretty and it was so comfortable. And thankfully, Valentine's Day weekend in Hattiesburg was not brutally cold. It was actually a beautiful weekend as far as weather, and I was completely comfortable in this. Like, it was great. It was really great. And I took the pictures and the video of it in our Airbnb, which is not something that I really like to do, but it was like, hey, I didn't finish this on time. It's in the suitcase. Let's just do it. And then I edited it very quickly the morning of Valentine's Day and threw it out to the internet, and you guys loved it. I love it. So it all worked out. Okay. So those were some really great projects. Now let's get into what's coming up next. So I am currently working on, I'm looking right at it, which is why I keep looking down, but I'm currently working on a blazer pattern. So this is Simplicity pattern 9688. I am doing the blazer, but without the belt. Now, if you are a close watcher of my channel, you might remember that I actually cut this out in a batch cutting video last year around this time. And then the weather got warmer, and so I put this project away, and I brought it out in January, and I was like, regardless of the weather, I just want to finish this. So that's where I am right now with this project. So I am using a like heather gray wool. Let me show you guys real quick. So this is just one of the panels, and this is a faux welt. So if you are trying to get into this pattern, break into making blazers, I feel like this is a really great entry-level pattern for blazers so far. So this is a faux welt pocket, and then you have side pockets. Y'all, please don't come for me and my lining pieces. I don't really know what I was thinking last year when I cut this, but it's, it's coming along pretty well so far. I am working on this about a few minutes each day, just trying to not necessarily push through, but just trying to make sure that I pace myself with this project, because there are a lot of steps. But if you are, like I said, someone who you want to get into blazers, but you're intimidated by welt pockets, you're intimidated by the collar, this is actually a really cool pattern. But I say all that to say, like, yes, it's wool, yes, it's heather gray, and yes, today it is 70 degrees outside in Mississippi. I already know that it's probably going to be November or December before I wear this, and that's okay. That's okay, because I wanted to finish this. So I think this will be a fabulous, timeless blazer for the fall and winter later down the line this year. Okay, and then the next thing I'm working on is McCall's 8664. So I am going to do View B, which are these pants right here. And I have like this really, really beautiful blush twill fabric that I bought, maybe like 3 years ago at this point, when I was in Toronto, Canada. I know. You may have to scroll kind of far down into my feed to see that video, but I did buy some really cool twill fabric that's right here. I love this color. I think this will be great in these pants. I do want to show you the line drawings, because these are not like just some like yoga pants that you can throw on. Like, I'm obsessed with the lines here. So you've got the front, the back, the yoke is amazing. I love that pocket detail, and I just love all the seams on this. So I'm really excited to sew this up, and I've got some twill tape in the mail coming to me. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a fun project. These will be a really cool, nice pair of like loungy crop pants that I can wear in the spring, possibly going into summer, or even late summer, early fall, with like a cute little like halter top or something like that. I definitely have some stretchy tops that I can put on with this, but I really think those pants are gonna be really fun to make and everything like that. So definitely be on the lookout for that sew along. It is coming up in the next week or so. All right, you guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video today. If you like this video and if you like this channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and comment below. I'll see y'all next time.